Another soccer season is upon us. Welcome to the Big Ten Soccer Report, a weekly tradition. That's Kevin Egan. I'm Dan Kelly. And Kevin, the air is cool and crisp. It must mean that conference play is underway. This is going to be an exciting 2013 season.
Are you excited? I hope you are. Tell you what, the greatest thing of all time is parity when it comes to conference soccer, and that's exactly what the Big Ten has. Indiana, national champions, can you believe it? National champions, yet they couldn't even win the Big Ten last season. I think it's going to be an absolutely cracking year. You have Northwestern and Penn State off the back of sharing conference title, and then the tournament was an absolutely brilliant final between Michigan and Michigan State. Michigan State went on to win it in what was a rip-roaring contest, and I just think this season is going to be absolutely brilliant. It's
going to be a fierce battle, a fierce fight throughout the season. The preseason coaches poll, always interesting to look at. Coaches like experience, and I'd imagine, of course, they're going to like the national champions.
Oh, absolutely. Indiana, of course, ranked at number one, then Michigan State. You got Ohio State after a disappointing season last year. No doubt John Bloom and the Buckeyes will want to try and put that right this season.
Well, we see the coaches' thoughts. When you look at this 2013 season, so much parity in the conference, what are some of the storylines you're concentrating on?
I think a big thing for me is going to be how is Indiana going to react after what a somewhat slow start. Ranked number one in the preseason national poll, obviously after winning the national championship last season. Some disappointing early results, but you know what? Indiana react. They always react later in the season. They've got key guys like the likes of Nikita Kotloff that I'm sure will come big later in the season. Then you've got the Wildcats, Northwestern, blessed with such attacking, great offensive player like the likes of Joey Calistri. Then you've got the veterans, Chris Ritter, Nico Boxall at the back as well. I've no doubt Tim Lenihan and the Wildcats will come good this season, always reliable at home. Tournament champions, Michigan State. What about them for a team? They've got some great returning players, the likes of Jay Chapman and Adam Montague as well, and they've got a solid backline of Ryan Keener and Kevin Cope. Expect the Spartans to challenge throughout the season. Then you've got Mr. Daly and the Wolverines. Class throughout this team, also very difficult to beat at home in Ann Arbor, and you've got classy guys like the likes of Brazilian Fabio Pereira and Tyler Arnone in midfield. Bob Warming, Penn State, can they recover and really go at this season? The question is, where are the goals going to come from? Very good goalkeeper in Andrew Wolverton, and I think that the Penn State Nittany Lions will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. It's a big ask though, where are the goals going to come from? Mr. Trask and the Badgers. Well, AJ Cochran was named to the college soccer's preseason All-American team, and rightly so, an absolutely class defender. They've got a freshman goalkeeper this year, so the question will be, can they keep it tight at the back with Cochran involved? I'm sure they can, and try and get some goals up front with Zadro. And then the Buckeyes. Can John Bloom and his team really rally this season? They've got some great young players like Kenny Cunningham and Louis Berra. Where will the goals come from again? Can they keep it tight at the back? All in all, I think there's great parity involved in the Big Ten. This promises to be one of the best seasons yet.
It's tweet time, Kevin. A tweet from the bearded genius. We call you the Irish expert around here. Of course, we have the team awards. Who are your individual awards, beginning from the back and the keeper?
Yeah, let's start with the big lads at the back in goal. And for me, when you look throughout the conference, there's some quality goalkeepers. Casey Byers in goal is someone who I think has done really well so far for Wisconsin. He's a freshman. Can he keep it up throughout the rest of the season? He needs to look to the likes of Cochran in front of him and really try and hold strong. But you look at other guys, I definitely think Andrew Wolverton for me at Penn State, 6'6", conceded only 6 goals in 7 games so far this season. He's going to have to be huge for Bob Warming and the Nittany Lions, and I think he's the one to watch for me this season. He's got plenty of experience. He will have guys challenging him, though, for that accolade. Adam Grinwis at Michigan is always thereabouts, too. He reminds me a little bit of Nick Raimondo in Major League Soccer. Not blessed with height, but absolute athlete to the extreme. So Tyler Miller at Northwestern as well, very experienced guy. Remember him 2 years ago in his freshman year, was outstanding, and he's only grown in confidence and experience. So the goalkeeping position for me, I'm going to go out on a limb and pick Andrew Wolverton from Penn State.
You're always waving the foam finger, though, for Jacob Bushu of Indiana. What do you like about his game?
Well, you're skipping to the midfielders now, Dan. The midfielders for me, Jacob Bushu, I think, is very much a complete midfielder. He's combative, he likes to get forward, he likes to link up the play, and he's blessed with guys like AJ Corrado in midfield, who led the Big Ten in assists last year. And then you've got guys like Nikita Kotloff and Harrison Petts. And I think, all in all, I definitely think Nikita Kotloff for me is the midfielder that stands out the most. He came up big style for Indiana in the NCAA tournament last year, scored 9 goals, and he's got plenty of class, and I've no doubt that Kotloff will go on and play in Major League Soccer after his college days.
The rock stars, the strikers, make the beautiful game so gorgeous. How about the strikers? Who are your players to watch?
I think Joey Calistri, so far this season, has been absolutely spectacular. I think he's a guy for Northwestern who can score. He's my Javier Hernandez, Chicharito of the Big Ten, because he pops up in the right places at the right time. He's already scored 7 goals this season, and guess what? Only 9 shots on goal. That conversion rate is nothing short of spectacular. So he's a guy who'll get in around the box. He'll do very, very well. Other guys to watch out for: Adam Montague, I think, at Michigan State, is always a good player. And the Irishman, Mr. James Murphy at Michigan, born and raised in England, but he is very much in touch with his Irish roots, and I like the look of Murphy at Michigan. So some good strikers. It'll also be very interesting to see how Tommy Thompson does at Indiana in his freshman year.
Watch it being a homer with the Irish lads and Mr. Murphy. But we saw with Indiana last year, stout defending wins you championships. The back line, who's impressing you in the conference?
A lot of good guys within the Big Ten at the back. We mentioned A.J. Cochran at Wisconsin, a quality player. But for me, I think the standout defender in the Big Ten is Kevin Cope from Michigan State. I think he's just so strong in the challenge. He's got very, very good skills with the ball at his feet. He's a leader, and I thought his performance in the tournament final last year against Michigan was quality, and he's a player for me that will go on to the next level. I have no doubt about that. Can he lead the Spartans to success this season? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see, and we'll get a lot of exposure this soccer season on the Big Ten Network. Of course, it's a great time of the year. You can always see the beautiful game week in, week out, and of course, the schedule kicks off this weekend on the Big Ten Digital Network. Northwestern in Michigan, 7 p.m. Saturday. Wisconsin and Penn State. And Sunday, and Ohio State in Indiana. And Kevin, you're going to have some fun with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get working with Linky on that game. It should be a really good game. Be difficult for the Buckeyes. They have to remain strong at the back. They have to remain disciplined and play narrow, because Indiana has so many threats going forward. And if you can force them inside, or force them outside, I should say, you might see some success. But get your questions and comments into us always here at BTN Soccer Report. It's at BTN Soccer Report on Twitter. Bearded Genius had his question in for this week's show, so make sure you get your questions in next week after our first round of conference games. Yeah. May the games begin. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the 2013 Big Ten men's soccer season. Kevin, have fun in Bloomington. Yeah, cheers, Dan. Thanks for coming in. Cheers. You look well in that host position, by the way. Thank you so much.